Hi, this is Danny B from Takoma Star. I appreciate it's been a while since we've really done anything, so thought we'd put together a small video answering some of the questions about the band and letting you know what we plan to be up to in the very, very near future. Where the hell have you guys been? Well, it's been a long time since our last record came out. 2009 was when we released the album, Till the Fall. And we've all been crazy busy since then, which seems mad to say, you know, the band's been on hold, but we haven't really done a lot. We did a few shows in 2010 and 2011. And then we kind of had a sort of a change of plan with a lineup. Our bassist Joe decided to go traveling, and it came at a good time for us really, because it gave us an opportunity to focus on other things we were doing. In the last 2 years, loads of things have happened. Dave was doing some stuff with another band, Dave the Sirens, who were really cool. I was very busy with the other band I play in, a metal band called Criminal, and that was going really well. I mean, we played shows with Metallica, we played with Kiss, who, as anyone who knows me knows, are my big heroes. We've done some festival appearances, and on top of that I built this place, which is my recording studio, HVR, which is Takoma Star head office really in many ways. I went through a year of pretty bad downtime in which I had an operation, so I had an operation on my spine as well. So yeah, it's been very quiet on the Takoma Star front. It's probably seemed like we're doing nothing, and every now and again we have a spurt of creativity and we get ready to do it, but we really wanted to make sure the time was right before we actually attack this thing full on. What's going on with the lineup? Well, this is one of the other things that's led us to take some time away from the band. Dave and I have come to a realization at what Takoma Star should be for us and what we think is the best thing for us to create music. Some of you may know, some of you may not. The first 2 records we did, the EP, To This Day, and the album, Till the Fall, were both done as a 2-piece. Dave playing drums, and I played bass, guitar, vocals, and we did everything together as a 2-piece. Then after we did the first EP, we got Stu in, our great friend Stu, and we still speak to Stu, we still love Stu, and Stu became the bassist for Takoma Star. It was at this time as well I started writing stuff for the next album, and when it came to recording the album, the decision was made to do it as a 2-piece again. I think that was the best thing for us again, you know, and it worked really well. And I mean, we're pleased with how the album turned out and the reviews we got in Kerrang and stuff like that. So yeah, it was all good. After the album came out, we started looking for a new lineup for the band, for shows. And we got Hunter, who's cool, you know, really cool guy, a good friend, to play second guitar, because we realized that when we made the album, we put so many layers of guitar in there, so many sort of intertwining melodies and counterpoints, that we couldn't really do that as a 3-piece anymore. What we decided to do was get a second guitarist in live. As I say, that became Hunter, and then we looked for a new bass player, and that was Jolin. Those guys, awesome, absolutely great. We did a load of shows, we did a little tour, you know, headed up and down the country and went up to sort of Manchester way and Birmingham, played with some of our friends' bands. And then it came to writing again. At this point, everything sort of slowed down, because this was at the time when I was on a lot of medication for my back problems. I was on a waiting list for an operation. During the time when I decided it was important to start writing again for what would be the next record, I mean, after all, it's 2009 we released the last one. Joe, our bass player, had already left to go traveling, and he was actually working abroad. He was in France, and now he's in Cambodia working at a school, which is awesome. And I started to think about where that leaves us as a band. And that kind of put everything on hold again, while I worried about what was going to happen to Takoma Star as a band. Were we a band? Was it a lineup that we needed to function? And then that made us pause everything. The realization of carrying on really came from when I thought, why am I not addressing the obvious? The first 2 records was just me and Dave. As far as I see it now, and as far as we see it now, Takoma Star is a 2-man operation. It's me and Dave. And what we intend to do is carry on releasing albums and EPs as a 2-piece. So that kind of made everything easier, because we knew we didn't have to suddenly worry about, we've got to find another guitar player, we've got to find another bassist. And then that made it easier for me to start writing, because I wasn't worrying, I wasn't stressing about that. So that's what's basically happened, and as the lineup goes, Takoma Star is me and Dave. The realization came then, obviously, with the new stuff, if we're going to do it, we're going to play it live. And yet again, we were looking for a new lineup. I'm really happy to say that we've actually found 2 really cool guys who Dave plays in another project with, and they are essentially the Takoma Star live band. So it'll be me in the usual position up the front, Dave on drums still, and we have a guy called Nick playing bass, who hands down is the best bass player I've ever seen. If you could see the way this guy locks in to a groove and you know, plays, he's amazing. And we also have a guy called Chris, who is our new 2nd guitar player, and we've had 1 full rehearsal as a band, and it just sounded great. It sounded like the band that Takoma Star always should have been, at least in mine and Dave's eyes. So I'm really looking forward to getting that out on the road, playing some shows with that lineup and bringing it out there to you lot. Of course, we're going to be releasing loads of new material. I've got loads of stuff written. We've got some stuff demoed, and actually this coming weekend, March the 9th and 10th, we're starting to record. The plan is we're doing these 4 tracks this weekend, so it's going to be an EP, so we can get that out nice and fast. It's been since 2009 since the record came out. So we're putting a 4-track EP out to show you guys what we're up to and where we're going, and then hopefully have a full album out by the end of the year, aiming for some time in the autumn. I've already got some of that album written, so I don't think it's going to be something we're going to be waiting around for. So that's it, that's pretty much everything I have to say. Just want to thank everyone again for their continued support this far. We're going to carry on doing what we do, and we'll be getting new songs out to you as soon as we can. In the meantime, remember, you can listen to our whole discography on Spotify if you haven't purchased the stuff already. We're going to be getting out there on the road where you can buy CDs and things from us at the shows. If anyone wants to help us in any way, the best thing you guys can do for us that we'll be grateful for forever is just get out there, tell your friends about us, hit that share button on Facebook, and try to get as many people interested in our page as possible, because as soon as we start putting the new stuff out there, it would be great if there's an audience already there to hear it. One last thing I'm going to leave you with now is when we released the last record in 2009, sometime after that we decided we wanted to make a couple of music videos for that album, and they're just things we made nearly 2 years ago that have never seen the light of day. So what we're going to do is we're going to put those up online now and try to get people interested in the band again, ready for the new stuff. But we're recording this weekend, and there'll be new songs for you soon. Thank you very much for all your support, and thanks for listening.